Hello, welcome to another Great Balls of Flour video, and this tutorial is going to cover gluten-free, how to handle it, how to roll it out, and what are really the key differences and why you should be aware of those key differences when handling a gluten-free ball compared to our wheat-based dough balls. So first of all, here is one I've just taken out from the freezer so you can see what it looks like. Essentially they almost look a bit hockey puckish, and they're completely sealed. They have cellophane wrap right the way around them to seal it, to stop any contact between the wheat-based dough balls and the gluten-free dough balls. So I'm going to pop that back into the freezer. Here is one that I took out earlier today, and you can see here the difference of when you let it defrost and what happens to it. One of the key differences between wheat-based and gluten-free is you're not going to get the same rise. The yeast in there is not going to be as active, it's not going to be as prevalent, it hasn't got the gluten, the carbohydrates to eat its way through. So that's a really key difference to note. So if you're thinking you put it in a pot, it hasn't doubled in size after 4 or 5 hours, that's normal. It's just gluten-free based dough for you at that point. What tools do you need to help create your gluten-free pizza base? The first one, most importantly, is a rolling pin. You can't really press these out. I will show you how I'm going to do it. I'll start off by pressing it out, finish it with the rolling pin. The second one is parchment paper. Parchment paper really helps to get it from here, my pizza rolling area, into my pizza oven. That's really quite important actually. The third one is we are going to be launching very shortly our ricelina, which is our rice-based product compared to the flour and semolina mix that we have. This is really going to be very helpful. You can at home, if you don't want to use ricelina, you can just use normal corn flour. Just don't put too much of it on, but corn flour will stop it sticking, and stickiness is one of the byproducts you're going to get from gluten-free. It doesn't matter whether it's a Great Balls of Flour gluten-free product, it could be any gluten-free product, you're going to find that when you're handling it, it is a bit stickier to handle and deal with. So how do we do it? What are we going to do? Right, sprinkle on some of my ricelina mix, spread it out, put it in my hands as well, just so I can press this out. So roll it very similar to the way that we roll our wheat ones, and you can see here probably straight away you get a cracking. That's normal. You're not going to get the same aesthetic look that you will do from a gluten product. And the gluten is one of the key things inside a gluten pizza that actually helps just create that aesthetic. So you see there, and you've got to be quite gentle with it. Now at this point here, I'm going to transfer this to my parchment paper. And it's very important to use parchment paper which is available in our store versus baking paper, because baking paper you will find it will stick. On this it won't stick. And then just roll it out. And as I said, you're not going to get perfectly round shapes on this. It will probably split a little bit as you're rolling it. You can just pinch it back into place and roll it to the desired size that you want, roughly 12 inches. I've got my guide underneath which will help me with that. And there you have it. So that's it. That is all I'm going to do with this. You can see there it hasn't stuck to anything. I can probably still sort of shake it around off this here to move it off the peel. In my next video I'm going to be building this pizza and cooking it in our Sage Piazzolo oven. And so head over to that and watch that one for the next couple of minutes. Thanks for watching.